What is the premise of our site, you ask? Here is how the idea came about. In 2020, one of our people bought two collector cars separately, one in Atlanta and another in Moose Jaw. Both were fly-in drives. The buyer flew to the car and drove each one home, and both deals worked out well. Both sellers produced what they promised. Although Georgia was closer and the American interstate highway system offered superior roads for the drive back, the Canadian deal was so much easier. For the US deal, our buyer had to pay his buyer premium in US dollars using his Canadian dollar credit card, had to arrange for US currency payment by wire before seeing his car, and he had to give the required 72-hour notice to the particular US border where he planned to export the car, Buzzkill. Then with his European-built car, he dealt with paying duties and taxes when importing the vehicle to comply with RIV.ca rules when he got home. Although he had done his homework and both processes went smoothly, flying to Moose Jaw and using Canadian currency was easy. And after the long drive, there was no registering for the importation program, as required for US market vehicles coming into Canada. Just the normal provincial safety inspection and registering at his local license bureau, the same as if he had bought the car across town. By coincidence, he stood in the Moose Jaw seller's garage as he made room for his new treasure. He had listed a car on the same US auction site. He figured that he should approach the big US market and its US dollars. As the auction week progressed, all of the action on his car was from his own hometown, that same market on which he had turned his back. Online, there is always someone who will find you, of course, so there were some in his hometown who saw his listing. He thus unintentionally and unwisely limited his reach in the market where there was the most interest, then paid for this mistake with a low selling price. The buyer could not believe his luck and said as much when he happily paid for his new-to-him premium sports car in wonderful condition. Generally speaking, the Americans are not coming for our cars. Thus, Collector Car Canada was launched.